Hey guys, today's practice is going to be a stretchy, rather slow practice, but I'm going to give you options for advancing certain positions and making this practice a bit more intermediate / advanced. If that doesn't feel right, if your body doesn't feel ready, you can always stay with the more gentle variations of the positions, and if you feel like advancing, then you can of course move forward and try out those progressions. We're going to start on our bellies today. So make your way on your belly, placing one hand on top of the other hand and the forehead on top of the hands. The feet are a bit wider than the hips. The pelvis heavy on the mat. And take a moment here to land on the mat and connect to the breath. Allowing the body to relax. The breath to become deeper. Exhalations longer. Taking one more in-breath. And exhale. And now slide the hands next to the edges of the mat, pressing the fingertips to the floor. On your next inhalation, engage the glutes. As you start lifting the chest, pull the shoulders to the back, slide the shoulder blades to the spine, and then as you exhale, lower the belly, the chest, and the forehead to the mat. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, lower. Lift. Keep the glutes engaged and lower once again. Inhale, lift, widen through the collarbones, pull the shoulders away from the ears and to the back. And then as you exhale, lower. Slide the hands next to the rib cage. And then we are going to make our way into a child's pose with the knees a bit wider than the hips. On your next inhalation, ripple forward and then lower the hips, open the chest, widen through the collarbones. Exhale, find your child's pose. Then lift, round the back body as you shift the shoulders on top of the wrists and open the chest, arch the back. Exhale, find your child's pose. And again, forward, working with the breath, and then hips on top of the heels, child's pose. One more time, inhale, round the back body and then ripple forward, drop the hips a bit lower, open the chest, and find your child's pose. Slide the hands next to the hips, so you are sitting on the shins. You can use the blocks, maybe place the block next to the left hip. Fingers are pointing away from the body as you lift the hips, so engage the glutes, press the hip bones forward, wave the right arm above the head, and then exhale, lower the hips. Right hand next to the right hip, inhale, lift, and then exhale, lower. And again, left hand next to the left hip, inhale, press the hip bones forward, open the chest. And then exhale, lower, and then lift. Right hand is next to the right foot, left fingers are reaching to the back, and then lower. Once again, lower the hands in front of you and rest in your child's pose. Take inhale here and exhale. Keep the knees wide. On your next inhalation, ripple forward. And then drop the hips to the front of the mat. This time lift the shins, the feet from the mat. Engage the glutes. And then as you exhale, sit back into a child's pose. 3 more times just like that. Inhale forward. You can stay here or you can lift the feet, the calves from the mat, pulling the heels to the glutes, arching the back. And then as you exhale, finding your child's pose. Inhale forward. Glutes are engaged. Open the chest, open the front of the body. And then as you exhale, child's pose. 1 more time. Inhale forward. And then as you exhale, lower the feet to the mat. Hips slide on top of the knees. Walk the knees a bit closer to the midline of the mat. Tuck the toes under. And make your way into your downward facing dog. Inhale here. And exhale. You can add some movement. You can shift the hips from side to side. You can nod the head. And then on your next in-breath, lift the left foot from the mat. Find your one-legged downward facing dog. Bend the left knee. Pull the left knee to the left elbow as you shift the shoulders on top of the wrists. And then lower the left leg to the mat. Lower the hips to the mat. So the left shin is parallel to the longer edge of the mat. And then bend the elbows. Lower everything to the mat. Press the fingertips next to the edges of the mat. Inhale, engage the glutes as you lift the chest. And then as you exhale, release. Just 1 more time here. Inhale, slide the shoulder blades to the spine, engage the glutes, open the chest, and then exhale, release. Place the hands next to the rib cage. The right knee stays on the mat. Start extending the left leg as you send the hips on top of the right heel. On your next inhalation, lift. Open the chest. So you are in this tabletop position with the left leg extended, arching the back. And then as you exhale, sit back into your child's pose with the left leg extended. And again, inhale forward, arch the back. And then as you exhale, run the back body and sit back on your right heel and hold here. The left toes are pointing to the front of the mat. Belly is resting on top of the right thigh. Option to stay here or walk the hands towards the left foot, finding length down the right side of the body. And just hold here. Stay with the breath. Inhale. And exhale. And then walk the hands to the center of the mat. On your next inhalation, once again, make your way into a tabletop position. We are going to simply step the left knee next to the right knee. Tuck the toes under, and once again, make your way into your downward facing dog. A few breaths here. Think of pressing the hands to the mat. If you want to add some movement, go ahead and add some movement. Maybe shift the hips from side to side. Of course, if you need to keep the knees bent, this is always an option. And then on your next in-breath, lift the right foot from the mat. Point your toes, one like a downward facing dog. Bend the right knee. Pull the right knee to the right elbow. Shift the shoulders on top of the wrists. And then as you lower the hips, lower the right leg to the mat so the right thigh is parallel to the shorter edge of the mat. As you exhale, release everything to the mat. Press the fingertips next to the edges of the mat and then inhale, engage the glutes as you lift the chest. Exhale, lower. And again, inhale, lift. And lower. Inhale, lift. And then lower. Place the hands next to the rib cage. The left knee stays on the mat. And then as you shift the hips to the back, extend the right leg, lower the hips on top of the left heel. On your next in-breath, left hip lands on top of the left knee. As you arch the back, lift the tailbone, widen through the collarbones. And then as you exhale, round the back body, sit on your left heel. And one more time, inhale, arch the back, open the chest. Exhale, sit back on the left heel. And just hold here. Finding length through the arms, finding length through the spine. And if you want to take it one step further, you will walk the hands towards the right foot, finding length down the left side of the body. And just stay here with your breath. Inhale. And exhale. Step the hands to the center of the mat and then inhale. Find your tabletop position with the right leg extended. Then step the right knee under the right hip. We are in a tabletop position. Tuck the toes under and make your way into your downward facing dog. Find the shape. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhalation, look to the front of the mat, lift the heels, and then step the feet in between the hands, halfway lift. As you exhale, lower the belly towards the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift, lift the chest, open the chest. Exhale, lower the belly towards the thighs. And again, inhale. And exhale. One last time here. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhalation, make your way in a standing position. Extend the arms above the head as you pull the left knee to the chest. As you exhale, step the left foot to the right side of the mat, hinge from the hips, lower the hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, and then we are stepping the right foot to the back. Then bend the left knee, make your way into your pigeon. You can walk the left foot a bit more forward for deeper sensations in the left glutes. So then the shin would be closer to parallel to the mat, and then lower the right hip bone to the mat. Inhale, and then as you exhale, lower the belly towards the mat. One hand resting on top of the other hand and forehead on top of the hands. And just hold here. Breathe in and breathe out. And know that if you need any extra support, you can place the cushion or the blanket under the left hip and keep guiding the right hip onto the mat. Take one more in breath and exhale. On your next inhalation, lift the chest. Drop the left hip to the mat and then swing the right leg to the right and then extend the right leg in front of you. Then lift the left leg from the mat, find your Navasana. We are making our way on our back, so scoop the abs, lower the back on the mat, press the hands to the mat, and then make your way into your Halasana, your plow pose. The hips land on top of the shoulders, legs are extended. You can stay here with the hands on the mat, or you can place the hands next to the spine. And then maybe bend the knees, dropping the knees next to the ears. And just hold here. Inhale. And exhale. And now once again extend the legs. This time the hands are reaching for your ankles or for your feet. We are going to rock up, making your way into the same position that we started this transition with, so Navasana. But maybe you can keep the hands on your calves. So inhale here, and then exhale, rock up. Hands are on the calves. Stay here, or pull the shins a bit closer to the face. And you have one more in-breath. As you exhale, release the left leg. Pull the left heel to the right glute. And then once again, swing the right leg to the back. Place the hands on the mat. And then step back into your downward facing dog. Inhale here. And then exhale, start walking the hands to the back of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, lower the belly towards the thighs. On your next inhalation, make your way into a standing position, arms above the head. Once again, shift the weight on the right foot and then pull the left knee to the chest. And hold here. Right hand drops on the right hip, left hand on the left knee. And then start opening the left knee to the left. Hold here or grab to the left big toe and start extending the left leg. Micro bend in the right knee. And if you want to take it one step further, start lifting the left foot even higher. Place the right hand on the outside of the left foot and then extend the left arm in front of the left leg, pulling the left shin to the head. And just hold here. Wherever you are, inhale. And then as you exhale, release the left leg in front of you. Maybe the left knee is bent, maybe the left leg is extended. And then as you exhale, release the left foot next to the right foot. Inhale, arms above the head. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Inhale, start walking the hands forward. Find your plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale. Upward facing dog, engage the glutes, lift the thighs, the kneecaps from the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come back to the breath. Inhale. And exhale. On your next in-breath, look to the front of the mat, lift your heels, and then walk the feet in between the hands. Halfway lift, and exhale, lower the belly towards the thighs. On your next inhalation, make your way into a standing position, arms above the head, find length through the body. And then as you exhale, shift the weight on the left foot, pull the right knee to the chest, palms of the hands together in front of the chest. Exhale, lower the right foot to the left and start hinging from the hips, lowering the hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, shift the weight on the hands and the right foot, and then step the left foot to the back. Then bend the right knee, making your way into a pigeon pose. Right knee drops behind the right wrist. And again, if you want deeper sensations, you can walk the right foot a bit more forward, lowering the left hip to the mat, and of course you can place something under the right hip if that feels needed. With the next exhalation, lower the belly towards the mat and the forehead on top of the hands. And once again, connect to the breath. Take one more inhalation. And one more exhalation. On your next in-breath, start lifting the chest. And then drop the right hip to the mat. Swing the left leg to the left and to the space in front of you as you shift the weight on your glutes. Extend the arms in front of you, lift the right foot, find your Navasana. Both of the legs are extended. Inhale here. Exhale, scoop the abs. Start lowering on your back. Press the hands to the mat as you lift the hips. Guide the feet to the space behind you, your Halasana. So we have been here. Once again, you can keep the hands on the mat or place them along the spine. And then bend the knees. Drop the knees next to the ears. Make sure that you can breathe comfortably here. Inhale. And exhale. And now extend the legs. Maybe the top of the feet are on the mat. Place the hands somewhere on your calves and we are going to rock up. Once again, landing in Navasana, and then once again either staying here or pulling the shins closer to the face. Inhale. And then exhale, lower the right heel to the left glute. Then shift the weight on the right butt cheek, swing the left leg to the left, drop the hands to the mat, press the hands to the mat and step the right foot to the back, finding your downward facing dog. Inhale. And then exhale, start walking the hands to the back of the mat. On your next in-breath, start making your way into a standing position, arms above the head. Exhale. Lower the hands in front of the chest as you pull the right knee to the belly. Left hand on the left hip, right hand on the right knee. Close the space in between the right thigh and the belly. And then open the right knee to the right, keeping the hips square. Option to hold here or option to grab to the right big toe and extend the right leg. And either stay here or start lifting the right foot even more, placing the left hand on the outside of the right leg and then pulling the right shin even closer to the head. Maybe extending the right leg in front of the right arm in front of the right leg. Hold here. Or any other position that works for you. Inhale. And then exhale, release the right leg. Swing the right leg in front of you. Either the right knee bent or the right leg extended. And then as you exhale, release the right foot next to the left foot. Inhale, arms above the head. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Lower the hands to the mat. Inhale, start walking the hands forward. Find your plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Bend the elbows. Option to drop the knees is always there. Inhale, up dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Just hold your downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhalation, find your plank position. And then as you exhale, arch the back, let the tailbone guide the hips to the back and up, down dog. And again, inhale, find your plank. Exhale, arch the back slightly, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward, find your plank. Exhale, find your downward facing dog. One more time, run the back body, find your plank. And then downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, drop the knees to the mat. And then sit back into your child's pose. This time maybe bend the elbows, place the forehead on top of the hands. Come back to the breath. Inhale. And exhale. And then on your next inhalation, start lifting the chest. You can walk the knees so they are as wide as the hips. Place the hands on top of the thighs and close the eyes if you are not there yet. If you want to make your way into your Shavasana, then feel free to pause the recording and just rest there. And otherwise, stay here with me in this seated position. Stay with the breath. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. And release through the mouth. Feel free to place the palms of the hands together, or maybe if that feels appropriate, place the palms on top of the heart. Thank yourself for this practice, and thank you. Namaste.